Hello there and welcome again to my workshop. Well, today's video is going to be made up of bits and pieces actually. First of all, I've had a delivery from Sieg in Melbourne, and what I've done is I ordered a quick change tool post, which is normally used with CNC lathes, and I've also ordered some new cutting tools, ones that fit. So we'll be changing the tool post out, and I also would like to announce that the full drawings and specifications are up on my Patron pages now, for the patrons who wish to download and have a go themselves. I'm sure you'll be interested in that. Just a reminder too that if any of you do require the drawings, they are only available to patrons, and you will not be able to download them until after the first month's membership, as a few not very nice people have pledged to become patrons and have downloaded drawings that I've put on my Patron pages. Then after downloading the drawings, they've declined. So patrons put a stop to that. Very unfortunate that people find the need to do that sort of thing. But there you go. So, you know, the penalty, you know, I suppose is for everybody else has to wait a month before they can download drawings. Anyway, I must apologize for that. That's beyond my control. So, okay. So we'll get on to changing this tool post out. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll put a bit of yellow card in behind here, so I think the camera can pick out a little better what I'm doing, because being black against black, you know, you got a job to see. At least I got a job to see. So, first thing, we'll take this boring bar off that belongs to my other lathe. So we'll just remove that out of the way. Good little boring bar. Okay. Comes off very simply like this. I don't require this anymore. Let's get a bit of rag. Get a bit of a wipe off. So this is what we're talking about here. There's a little packaged really well. I'll take it, that's the lever. No. Everything looks really, really well made. Okay, so this little plate on the bottom here is just really just to hold it all together, and that unscrews off like so, and this is the actual tool post stud. So we'll take that off there. We'll screw this in here. Get something to pull that in a bit tighter. And I don't really want to mark this up, so we'll put a rag on it, or just pull it up nice and firm. Now this has two tool holder positions, one here and one here, so it goes on this way like this, just like that, and we can put this on here. Nice and firm. That's on there, nice and square. You can see the action here. This, when this rotates, there's a wedge here and a wedge that lifts up. There's like dovetails here that grip the tool holder. So we'll undo this little thing now. Incidentally, this kit was sent to me by Stephen, the Sieg dealership in Australia, deals for Australia and New Zealand, and all Sieg dealerships can supply this. So this just goes onto here. Oh, hang on, that way around I would say. That one goes in there. Simple action. This operates a cam. Okay. And the little tool holders. Yeah, we got one here. I think we got. So this is a quick fit tool holder. Very, very well made. Look at that. All precision made. Beautiful. You know, undoing these little packages. Sorry if I look a little bit overexposed, but I've got quite a bit of light here. For warmth more than anything. It's freezing cold. But, you know, unpacking these just reminds me so much of when I was a younger guy. Taking delivery of my Myford ML10. And, you know, the corresponding tools that came with it. And well, you know, as time moves on, you find that, you know, they get outdone by, you know, sort of smaller companies. Or actually, Sieg is a bigger company than Myford is, and you know, they do very, very good workmanship. So this goes on to here. So the action is, when you turn this around there like that, it's on a cam, there's a wedge here, and you can put this on, and then this milled wheel, which you can adjust, okay, only allows the quick change tool holder to sort of go down to a certain level, and that's how you adjust the center height of the tool. And then you do it up firm. And we'll actually put a tool in here and the other tool holders that I have and we'll get them all on center. So that's the action, and of course it goes on this side as well. So you can use a boring bar on it, or even a drill for that matter. This particular one, if I can get it in focus, this particular one, you see this bottom edge here in the middle, there's a V groove. Well, you can put a boring bar in there or a drill in there, and the V there will keep it from rolling around. It keeps it in a central location. So that's this particular one. I'll unpack the others. This is another one. This one's just a standard straight one. There's no groove in this one. Standard straight one for normal type cutters. And the third one, it should be a straight one as well. Yeah, that one's a straight one as well. Okay, so I got 3 to start with. These are extremely well made. Just like anything that Sieg manufactures, actually. Extremely well made. And, you know, they make it, ship it out to a, country of whatever location. For instance, Australia, and I can buy this for $25. The dealership is very reasonable in their pricing too. So let's open that up a bit. There's 4 clamping grub screws there. So we'll undo that. I think this whole kit is like $145 thereabouts. The pricing's on the internet. If you go into Aussie Tools and look in machine accessories, that's where you'll find these. Obviously lathe accessories, because in my other package over here, I've got an absolute beautiful set of steak knives. Well, lathe tools, and they are sized for this size of lathe too. These are 8mm shank square, that is, and they're all carbide tipped. Beautiful little set. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this, I'm sure. So what one shall we use as a tool number 1? Here we go, tool number 1. And I'm calling it tool number 1. And there's a good reason for that. Because why you use quick change tool pulse with a CNC lathe is because there is a table in Mach 3 that you set a tool up, okay, it's called the tool offset. You set each tool up that you have in your tool holders, okay, to a known position, and you can interchange these tools through a job, providing you've set into Mach 3 in the G code that you're using tool number 1 for this process, then you're using tool number 2 for the next process, and change to that tool. You don't have to touch it off. because it's already preset. So it's just a matter of getting this tool, putting it in, starting Mach 3 off, it'll run, do the cut, it'll stop, providing you've programmed it to stop for a tool change, and then you get the next tool, put that in, press go, it'll do the next part of the cut with the next tool. So that's why I got it. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. And just gently lock it down there. And we're going to put our tool, I'm going to have to pull this back a bit actually. Okay, so we're going to do this properly. I'm going to home the machine. I'll take it up first quickly manually, and then I'll get the machine to home itself. I step over here out the way. Got a way to go. Some of you may already have seen on my earlier videos where I was setting this up with Mach 3 how to home. I'll just recap on that. There's 3 sections here that's used in Mach 3 turn. This first one here, if I pressed Z or X there, it would make the home of the machine wherever this carriage is. You'd use that if you didn't have limit switches or homing switches. The central one here is the one we're going to use now for the machine to automatically home itself. And we'll do that right now. And incidentally, this end one here, that is to set up or tell Mach 3 what position and how big the job is in the chuck. So, okay. So we will now switch this coordinate system on, and we'll say we want you to home the X. If you watch the X here, and it will come out slowly. And then home the Z. It's preferable to home the X first, so you pull the carriage out of the way from coming down, and you may have a chuck in here with something in it. So you don't want to go bashing into anything. So, okay, the machine is homed now, so it knows its limitation. It knows its work envelope now, so I'll bring it back down here now. Everything still looks a little dark there to me, but hopefully you're picking this up. So we're going to put this tool in here now. Nice and square. Nick these down, lock these down. Okay, so now I just want to check to see how tight. I'm sure it is. Straight from the factory. But I like to check anyway. Yep, that's fine. So now we're going to level this up. And so now we're going to get this to the center height of the material, so it cuts without leaving a little dimple there. Alright, so I'll swap the cameras around a bit now. Okay, so I've locked the tool post up there now, so we're going to take a very, very small cut. Actually, the jog is a little bit too quick, so I'm going to slow the jog up. Okay, try that. Well, that looks pretty good to me. So we're going to call that one good. Nothing there at all. And it wasn't too high. So I'll show you then. No, I'll have to move the camera again now to show you what I'm going to do. This is an interesting tool. Oh, if I can get it in the camera. I use these type a lot, especially when you're working on a profile. Now, I can't put it in that way, so I've got to put it in this way and set it in to the tool post that way, clamp it up, then set the center height, then turn the tool around the opposite direction so it will fit in here, because this won't change. I'll show you what I mean now. So I'm going to set the tip of this tool onto the center of the material here. If I can do that with it getting my head in the way too much. It's way too high at the moment by what I can see. Okay, so I'm going to slacken this off, so we can run the tool further down. Even a little further. Lock it up there. Take it in a little closer so I can see. And we're going to do a cut just to make sure. So I'll bring it out. And take it down. Okay. Take a small cut. That's okay. Let's just move the tool out a bit. Ooh, little tiny dimple. So we want to go up or down? I can't see. Actual fact, we need to go down very, very slightly. Let's try that cut again. Better if we were cutting something. So now, same thing again. Now we know we're correct, we just take this little lock nut down, tighten it up, and do this. Let me take the camera out a bit first. Okay. Take the tool out. Now, so what I can do now, because this tool is normally used on this face here. It can be used on the M face too, but not normally. So when we undo it, take them out, change them around. Tighten them up. That's another thing I like too, is the part numbers are on everything. Okay, so the part numbers are on everything, so you know exactly what you've got, what you're getting, and it's the right one. You don't have to go overboard tightening these up either. So now you can swap over, put him there, and he's exactly accurate. So now we can use him on the face here. Yeah, we got it here. We may as well give it a little cut. Look at the finish on that. It's like glass. Decent tools, decent lathe, or decent equipment should I say. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I hope you liked that little bit of a video showing how to put a quick change tool post on and how to set the tools up, or the cutters up, in the quick change tool post holders. A bit of a tongue twister. And yeah, it cuts perfectly. I'm very, very happy with it. And in the months to come, you know, we'll get to actually making something worthwhile instead of just doing little cuts on bits of material. Showing you what it really can do. Also this video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the next video. This is Friday today in Australia. I'm going to try and get to this on Saturday, but it could well be Sunday before I get to it. This is the video preceding this one, where this bowl, you know, had this crack running right the way through it, and it got dangerous. And a lot of people have said, oh, why don't you cut the crack out, this, that and the other. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this bad section right out, because I have a beautiful piece of mahogany, quite thick mahogany, beautiful wood, and it's a real contrast between the red oak and mahogany mix. So that's what I'm going to do. Cut a slice out of that, cut the crack out of that bowl, and put this in there. You know, cut a piece off and put it in there, and re-put it on the lathe and finish machining the bowl. So I hope you'll like that. So don't forget, if you're interested in a CNC conversion on a SC3 Sieg lathe, that's what this is, and it is a very useful size. It's like I keep saying, it's similar to the old Myford ML7 and ML10. Similar size, and now it's just as accurate. Beautiful little machine. If you're interested in a CNC conversion, all the drawings are available, combined with the 19 videos that I've just completed making this. You'll be able to make one yourself. If you don't have access to a milling machine yourself, or CNC router to machine the aluminium parts, look, just take the drawings along to, you know, your local machine shop, and well, they're probably going to charge you $500 to do it, but you know, all the information is there for them to make it. Then you can put it together. Quite honestly, I don't have time or the inclination, I suppose, to mass produce kits, because it's just me. You know, it would be a full-time job for me to mass produce these kits and sell them. I've really got no real desire to do that. So like I say, you know, if you don't have access to a milling machine, or I suppose you could do it, you know, with just a drill press, and be a lot of filing work and cutting work with a hacksaw, but you could do it. And you know, you'd have a good machine at the end of it. Still, that's up to the individual to make that decision, I suppose. So, thank you for joining me for this video today, and please like, subscribe, and at this stage too, I really like to thank my patrons, because it is the patrons behind this channel that allows me to do things like this, because without the patrons, you know, I just couldn't do it. So once again, thank you. And if you are interested in becoming a patron, there is a link below this video in the description section, and you go along there, and I would be very grateful. So that's it for another video. And if you'd like to go along to my YouTube channel by pressing the little red box down in that bottom corner, I've got two channels actually. There's over 400 videos now, and I had to open up the second channel because my first channel was getting so full, and people, you know, just weren't going to scroll through 400 videos. So I opened up the second channel, and I'm sort of putting videos over onto that as well. So on those combined channels, you will find CNC conversions. I've done a full conversion on a Sieg X2, which is next to it over there. The drawings for that will be available later this year on Patreon. But I did 17 videos on that, so you can go and have a look at that as well. 19 videos on this one, and also there's videos on wood turning, which is it's my personal favorite. Let me see, CNC routing, lasers, how to operate a laser, and of course how to operate the programs for all these different types of machines, like Mach 3 turn, Mach 3 mill, and ArtCAM. And now I do tutorials, and I'll be doing more tutorials on Fusion 360 by Autodesk, which I will remind you, if you're a hobbyist or earning less than 100,000 a year, it's free. Go along to Autodesk download page and tell them I sent you if you like, and you will get it for free. I also now am starting to do tutorials on Carveco, which is the old ArtCAM program, which has just been released as Carveco, which is a brilliant program. And I am also doing tutorials on Vectric Aspire. So come and see me on one of my channels. And it's bye for now.